Hi, welcome to another episode of Keep Wondering, where I cover anything on science and technology. Elizabeth Holmes envisioned the Edison, a revolutionary miniature machine that could sit on her desk and run over 1,000 medical tests with just a drop of blood, mapping our overall health. She was featured on the cover of Forbes and Fortune magazines despite having no medical degree and having dropped out of university. Her company, Theranos, was going to change medicine forever. Former Wells Fargo CEO, Richard Kovachevich, and former U.S. Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, served on the Theranos board. The corporation was valued at $10 billion at its peak. However, in 2015, the Wall Street Journal published a series of articles claiming that the company's gadgets were faulty and inaccurate, and after that skepticism kept on growing. The Department of Justice indicted Holmes in 2018. According to federal authorities, the 37-year-old is suspected of scamming investors, doctors, and patients. Holmes pleaded not guilty to 9 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of conspiracy. Each conviction carries a potential prison sentence of up to 20 years. She also faces a $250,000 fine as well as restitution for each count. Elizabeth Holmes largely disappeared after her indictment in 2018. But in 2019 she was spotted in San Francisco with luxury hotel heir Billy Evans. She wouldn't be running free for long though, and eventually her trial began in 2021. Former employees testified that Holmes willfully concealed the fact that the equipment she was touting were defective. The courts found that Holmes persuaded investors to put money into her company by fabricating demos, exaggerating claims, and pasting pharmaceutical company logos on her papers to make them appear official. To promote the company's image, she even claimed to have a contract with the U.S. military. Denise Yam testified that the corporation lost $16.2 million in 2010, $27.2 million in 2011, $57 million in 2012, and $92 million in 2013. In 2012 and 2013, the company had no income and burnt through $2 million each week. Theranos went years without having its financial accounts audited. According to Yam, by 2015, Theranos had accumulated losses of $585 million, while investors were provided a document that anticipated income of $140 million in 2014 and $990 million in 2015. Shane Weber, a former Pfizer scientist, testified that Holmes used the Pfizer logo without company's permission. Elizabeth stated that her device could perform over 1,000 tests, but a former employee, Erica, claims that they could only perform 12. She talked about how devices have a high rate of inaccuracies and how they frequently fail quality control tests. Because the Theranos machines were so bad, executives would urge scientists to cherry-pick and change data to make the results appear more accurate than they were. The majority of the testing were carried out on third-party equipment. Elizabeth Holmes deflected blames repeatedly and blamed Sunny Balwani, her ex-boyfriend and former business partner, to fabricate financial reports. Elizabeth Holmes was found guilty of 4 charges of wire fraud and conspiracy by the jury. Holmes could be facing up to 20 years for each conviction and a combined $1 million fine for the 4 counts. So, what are your thoughts on the decision? Feel free to discuss in the comments section. If you enjoy this type of videos, let us know by hitting the subscribe button. And as always, keep wondering.